Hello world, PDR coming at you here with a 2010 Lexus SUV, and it has a large dent. I'd say large for paintless dent repair right through the body line. It's about 3.5, 4 inches, and then we've got this little weird wave. But let's just see what we can do just with the common sense factor. Let's go like this. Okay, yank on it a little bit, right? A little bit more right here. I've got the heel of my hand and I'm just kind of leaning into it. You saw half of that dent come out already, right? Now what do we have left? We have this brow. And I'm thinking that the reason why this dent is still here is because of this lower area. So I actually want to grab my hammer and just kind of man push this lower edge, because if you look at the dent, it's like this right here. Well, why is it like that? It's got a lower edge that protrudes right about here. I'm just going to take my hand and just kind of see it move a little bit, maybe. Okay, so that's the common sense to that one. Let's give it a little more tug. Kind of tug it out like this. Okay, and now I know I can get in there and tool that out. We're gonna stick a glue tab right there. I was gonna use the big one, but let's use a smaller one. Hopefully the gun is all hot. A little bit bigger. Let's go bigger than that. I'm gonna go with a roundy right about there. And just give it a nice little pad of glue. One click. I didn't really prep this area. I didn't clean it with alcohol or anything. I wiped it down. I didn't even hit it with the Perfect It. No biggie. And I would say I'd like to use my little feet robo lifter, but I'm not. I'm gonna grab the slide hammer and just pull on that, because I think I'll have a little bit more control. Well, actually, I won't. You always have more control with the robo lifter, but I'll have more directed accuracy, because I will be able to see around it. The other one. Now let's just, let's keep on pulling it a little bit. There we go. Grab that ice rope. Little squirt. Should just come right off. Moved a lot of metal there. Let's get a little closer with the board so we see what we're looking at. And I think, guys, what I could do is just get in there and tool it out. But since this glue is working so darn good, why don't we just give it another little tiny pull. Same tab, but just less glue. Go right into the center of that little bloop right there. It's starting to actually come together now that this glue is doing the work that I want it to do. Let's do another one. Let's go down here. And I think where I see this the most is right there. The place that I want to be. It's the lowest part of that valley at the same angle that it's at. I kind of moved the tab around a little bit there. Wasn't great. But now, let's give this one a nice pull while we're looking at it. And I want to see it while I'm pulling it, so. That was the dent we just did, right there, little tiny one. It's gone. Touch-up paint is dry. Okay, so now I want to see this thing as I'm pulling it. Yeah, I don't need to pull it too much. I can tell that's all I really want to do. Maybe one more little. There we go. I actually did some good work there. Let's give a pull on this one and see what happens with this little tab on the side. since it's on the side and it's on a flat area, we don't need to use the puller. We can definitely use the robo lifter. So this video will actually have the slide hammer and the robo lifter in the same video. Okay, so now we're on a flat surface. So the reason why I didn't do it on the top surface is because it's rounded, and these little feet are flat, obviously, and they would make a two little lows. Now, I didn't come all the way with that because I felt a nice pull. Now that I'm looking down at these lines, it straightened it up a lot, ladies and gents. So let's just see, without yanking that thing, let's just see how it looks when you patience. Oh my goodness, that really did work. So what we're gonna do is pretty much, I'm gonna get my tools out and we're gonna come back and show you the final result after me just tooling this last little bit out. Might take me another 15 or 20 minutes, but I sure do appreciate you clicking on the video for this part of it. We will come back and show you the end result and maybe even show you my last couple minutes of tooling when this thing is looking real clean. But for that big of a dent to be down to this right now, this is looking good. See you in a minute. Now I'm tooling it out, guys. We got a little background noise. I've got my number one tool just kind of right up underneath the matting, the fender liner, what we would call it, and I'm right on this body line, and I'm working this body line out, and this little teardrop here and this little one down on the bottom. This dent is coming out very nice. It's kind of a compound body line dent. It goes on the top and the bottom of a curved body line, which makes it a compound curved body line dent. High degree of difficulty on this one, guys, but you saw how it went from a big dent to a small dent pretty quick. But getting the last bits out, that's where the real task at hand is. So we're going to be tooling this out. I've already been on it for 15-20 minutes, I'd say, and I'll probably be on it for another 5 or 10. I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what we're doing. I see this area up here. I can go like this and work this area too. I'm going to see that body line. I'm going to straighten those lines up. I'm going to come through this valley and bring this dent out. The whole thing, it's kind of an S-curvy weird one. Do it all really slow. Have the heat gun nearby. Probably get her warm and come back and show you the very grand finale of this thing being done. Okay guys, so I ended up coming underneath this, tooling it out with these two little areas. Now I'm just going to basically put that back up and take a look at what we ended up with here. Basically fit that back up underneath. There we go. And I just wiped her down. There's my toe. And that's what we ended up with. I tooled out this last little bit. We have a little low through here that I know is still there. It's kind of a residual end result of this thing. It got tagged pretty hard. It had some scuffs. I think I'm going to buff that a little bit more. Do I have a little bit of that stuff still on it? But yeah, I think this is for the repair here. I think it ended up looking real nice. Sure do appreciate y'all sticking around for this long video. I don't know how long it ended up being, but I think I spent about an hour and a half on it. So hit that like button on the way out if you could. This has been PDR and I'm out. Peace.